All right, friends. I'm so excited. First and foremost, guys, put in the chat if you promoted or hit your goal or earned a bonus or something like that in the month of March. I want to know who got it done. I know Haley's on here and she went executive. It was super close to going Ruby. Who else? Let's see what else we got going on. Anyone else get some stuff done? 3 p.m. bonuses. Jordan got a PM bonus. I love it. Good job, Connie. You guys are amazing. Shawnee went diamond, girl. You a shiny new diamond up in here. Okay. Executive so close to Ruby, got a bonus. Go Sandy. I love it. You guys freaking killed it. Oh my gosh, they're still coming in. I love it. You guys are awesome. Well, I want to take half a second and celebrate that because way to freaking end the month strong. Because that's what we're about to talk about is how we ended the month strong and how to keep that going this month. You guys know I like to have receipts. I like to be transparent. I like to tell you where we're coming from with this information. So I want to, in full transparency, tell you exactly what happened for me and my team at the end of the month. So on the 25th, we had all the auto ships ran right, all the volume was in, it's real-time numbers. We were excited to look at it and it hurt. Seeing the numbers on the 25th hurt because it was the same story again. It was looking at the numbers being like, this is not where I wanted it to be. This is not where I needed it to be. Why are our numbers so low again? It's the same place again and again and again. And that's where I found myself on the 25th. March was not my month. March was tough. In my entire 6 years of business, including like birth and raising a newborn, I really never took time off of my business. In the beginning of March, I was so sick. I literally could not work for like 2 days hardly. And so trying to recoup from that, trying to work from trying to bounce back, like I was such in a mental fog all month. Like the 25th hit and I had like very few enrollments. I felt like icky about my business this month. I was not happy with where we were. And it was the same old story. Drop a 2 in the chat if you feel that. The 25th hits and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I still here? Like, how is this number not going up? Okay, I've been trying this and trying to push and trying to do it for years now. Why is it the 25th, the number is in the same dang place? Because same girl, same, right? Like that's where I was too. And that's where I have been for months. And so for us, like we've been pushing to re-ring double. And so 25th hit, I'm over here preaching it. It's my month, it's my time. And we had 9,200 in volume. Okay, that's not my time for double. All right, that is not what we expected. That was not where I wanted to be. And I wasn't even maintaining diamond at that point. We needed 1,000 in volume just for me to maintain my diamond. And I was like, holy guacamole. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I expected. And I was super frustrated. And so up to that point as a team, we had 53 team enrollments. Okay. So on the 25th, 53 team enrollments, 9,200 in volume. All right. And grumpy Betty, unhappy with where I was. And then 26, I really was not anticipating much with this product launch. If you guys want me to be honest, I was not like crazy excited. I mean, I'm always excited for new products. It always gives me a new spin, makes it a little easier to talk to people. And we've had some really good products launched from Slimmer, Flat, Gummies, but like, that's all it was, is a little boost and a good product, okay? I was not expecting, if y'all been around, I was not expecting Thermofite X craze, okay? I had no idea that the power this product was gonna have. And so I was already kind of in a crappy mindset. I really wasn't like planning and looking ahead to it too much. But then the product launched and everyone else got excited. And so we're going to go over 5 steps on how I was able to do what we did at the end of the month for you guys and break this down more. But I took everyone else's excitement and I was like, okay, well, if they're excited about something, I'm going to just jump in. I'm just going to be like part of the party. Okay. Like, let's just have a good time. And so between the 26th through the end of the month, so 6 days. All right. From the 1st through the 25th, me and my team, we had 53 enrollments. From the 26th through the 31st, we had 50 team enrollments. Okay, Mind you, remember the emotions of it. On the 25th, I was angry and frustrated of being stuck in my business again. In less than 1 week, we had the same enrollments we had for the entirety of the month. We went from being at 9,200 in volume to ending the month right at 14,000 in volume. That's 5,000 in volume difference in 6 days almost, you guys. That is insane. And I don't say that to toot my own horn, but like, we got to paint a picture here. We got to have the receipts. We got to show you what can happen at the drop of a hat in your business. We like to talk about the long game because the long game in this business is so important, right? There's only like 8 ranks. You only going to promote like 8 times. Okay. There is so much long game in this, but it always doesn't have to take a long time for change to happen. It can happen from the 25th to the 26th. On the 26th, we brought in over 1,000 in volume that launch day alone and maintained diamond, when the day before I was like, I don't know how we're going to do this. Like, things in your business can happen that quickly. So what that looked like within our team, guys, we went from like, how the heck am I going to even maintain my diamond, to we had 5 team promotions, 4 first-time promotions, and I was able to re-rank my husband to Emerald. I completed personally 6 PM bonuses in 6 days. Like, the growth was so freaking insane in such a short amount of time. And so we're going to dive into the 5 things that I really think contributed to all of that. But first, I want you to put a 3 in the chat if you want that in your business, right? From the 25th through like 26th. You want to go from like, dang, you know, all you 2s, like, I'm tired of being here, to be like, we just brought in 5,000 in volume in 6 days. How the heck did this happen, right? Because even walking through it and looking behind, I'm sure we could ask Kaylee, because she promoted as executive. She was one of mine, and she'd be like, I don't know what happened. Like, it just happened. It was just crazy momentum. And so I was really thinking about it over the past couple of days of like, what could I pinpoint it to? So I got 5 things. Thing 1, write this down, is your energy is contagious. Okay? Your energy is contagious. So if you're Grumpy Betty on the 25th, if you are that and you stay that, okay, I'm not telling you not to feel your feels. I'm not telling you not to be in your emotions, because yeah, it does suck sometimes. All right. I was Grumpy Betty on the 25th. I was like, dang, why am I here again? Like, we feel those feels, but you cannot stay in those feels. Because if you do, that becomes contagious within your business, okay? So if you want more, you have to create the energy of more, the excitement of more. So for me, I was not feeling it. It had not been a good month. The 25th hit. I was disappointed. I was frustrated. I really didn't have high hopes for the product launch, but I decided to borrow excitement. You guys have heard people say borrow belief, freaking borrow excitement, right? Like, if you're going to a party, even if it's a day where you don't feel like turning up, if everybody else is turning up, you know you're still going to be part of the hype. You're showing up and you're getting their energy. Borrow their energy. Fake the excitement, whatever it takes, but you have to be excited. If you fake an emotion long enough, you guys, you feel it, okay? But I tell my daughter this all the time, like, pretend to be happy, pretend to smile, you'll feel better, don't worry. Like, if you fake the emotion, it comes about. Pretend you're excited. I literally, early in my business, guys, when I would voice message people, I would pace around the living room first, so that when I sent the voice message, I was slightly out of breath, so I sounded like I had a little bit more energy going on, okay? Fake the energy. Find a way to make it happen. How do you borrow excitement? You have to be close to excitement, okay? You have to be in Zooms like this. You have to be plugged in with your team. You have to have accountability, sidelines within your team. You have to have that fire, because I can't borrow excitement from people who are not excited. So if I don't have people in my circle who are excited, who are hyped, who are doing things and going places, then that is going to directly reflect on me, because energy is contagious. If they don't have the energy, I'm not going to have it. And I'm going to be honest, you guys, okay? You're not going to be the one in the group of the unenergized people to energize everyone, okay? That's not how statistically it's going to work. You're not going to be able to put yourself in the room and be like, it's okay, I'm going to like make everyone better. No, boo-boo, they're bringing you down every time. That's how it's going to work. Okay, you need to level up your circle. You got to have excitement around you so you can borrow that feeling, borrow that excitement, borrow that energy, fake it till you make it, and become that excited. I don't know if you guys saw Haley put in the chat. She said that, no lie, it was just one big hype party and all of a sudden it was done. Okay, mind you, she doesn't know all the nitty gritty at this point in time as we're pushing of how I was feeling on the 25th. But I decided that I was just going to be excited. I was just going to make it happen. I was just going to get it going. And all she knows is all of a sudden Mariah was like on crack. And I was like, I'm in. Like, let's do it. What's up? That's the power of choosing to be excited for your business and excited for what can happen. Because the thing is you guys have heard me say this before if you've been on Zooms, but like, God is a God of prophecy, okay? That means that what he did for them, he can do it for you. So that means if he did it for someone else, he can do it for you. So that means if I just brought in this volume in my business, so can you. He is not going to withhold that from you. That is something that is 100% attainable for you and your business freaking tomorrow. You know, like it doesn't have to be this grandiose far off thing. It can be the flip of a switch in your business. But if you don't believe it will ever happen to you, it will not ever happen to you. You have to believe that God can do it for you too, because he wouldn't have you here if he couldn't. He wouldn't have you here if it wasn't part of the plan. And you got to lean into that. You got to lean into the energy and the excitement and the expectancy of what could happen. And so we got to get our energy up. All right. Number 2, write this one down, is what you look at multiplies. I had a conversation that ended up being so crucial that it was like a hindsight thing. I didn't even realize the power until after the week ended. But a little like probably between mid-month and product launch, I had a call. I was on the phone with Stacey Alcala, and we were just talking about how stuck I was in my business and how I was frustrated and how I was doing things. And she's like, Mariah, look, you are red, okay? You got to thrive in what you're good at, because I was looking so hard to find why I lost rank before, why I missed a promotion before, why I had people quitting before. I was looking so hard to find the areas I had to fix that I started multiplying problems because I was looking for problems to fix. I didn't realize I was doing anything wrong. I was trying to better myself. I was trying to improve myself. I was trying to be a better leader for my team. I was trying to create a better culture and atmosphere. But because I was so focused on what needed to pivot to get further, I started multiplying problems because I was looking for problems. And so she asked me, she's like, Mariah, what are you good at? So I want to ask you guys that. In your business, what are you good at? What is your strength? I'm a boss enroller. Like, I freaking can enroll the snot out of some people, okay? Like, I've had enrollment months upward of like 100 enrollments in a month. Like, I've always been amazing at enrolling. For the last 6 months, I've not done it. I've still had high enrollments, but not high for me enrollments. I've had coast for me enrollments because I was so worried trying to be 12 other things that I didn't do what my strength was. Because when I'm enrolling, when I'm doing what I know I'm good at, my energy is affected. I feel better. I coach better. Because you got to think, going into the 25th, guys, I had no one on my team that thought they were promoting. Like, no one was like, oh yeah, this is my month and I'm going executive Ruby. Emerald. No one was like, yeah, I'm feeling good about this, because I wasn't feeling good about it. I was looking for problems. I was doing whatever. But because I got excited, I started playing my strengths. I created strengths in my team. We had 4 promotions that I did not see coming because I decided to get excited and I decided to do what I was good at. And because I knew what I was good at, I was able to help people find out what they were good at. And when you combine them, we became unstoppable. The third thing, with a sip of water. I don't know about you guys, but this pollen, allergies have done us in over here. Third thing, write it down, is you have to have a crystal clear goal and be loud about it. Because up until then, the 25th, my goal was I wanted to re-rank my husband Emerald and maintain my diamond. Okay, guys, do you hear 2 things about that? I wanted to re-rank my husband's Emerald and I wanted to maintain diamond. Is there anything new and exciting in that? Nothing. I didn't want 2 rubies promoted on my team. That's not what I was telling myself, which is what an emerald would be. I was focused on want to re-rank and I want to maintain. Drop a 4 in the chat if you are trying to re-rank or maintain something in your business month after month after month. You're stuck because you are trying to revive something dead. You are not Jesus, okay? You can't come back to life, and you don't have the power to bring dead back to life. But you have the power to love, to pour into, to nurture, to be responsible for, to grow new life, right? You have to play into that lane. You will never get where you want to go trying to revive and bring back to life something that has been dead in your business, whether it be a promotion, whether it be, bringing old distributors back. Like, if that is your focus, you're never going to get there. And I mean it with love, but you are never going to get there. It has to be the new. It has to be the young. It has to be the young blood in your business, the new, the people that you haven't talked to before. Not focusing on follow-ups, focusing on who can I get new in my organization? Who can I get new into my network? Because the new is the life. You have to have the life to go. Of the promotions, 3 of them were new people. 1 is someone that's been with me for 5 years. But if I was only focusing on the one that's been, we would have missed out on so much, because you have to have the new. The new is what creates the energy. The new, those are the people that have it. We're tired. We're worn down. We've been doing this for a long freaking time. And if we're putting it on our strength to be here, to figure it out again, to fail again, to fall short again, we are tired. They're not tired. They don't know what it's like to not get there. They don't know what it's like to miss a goal. They have hopes. They have dreams. They have energy. They have excitement. And what did we say at number 1? Your energy is contagious. Their energy can change your entire organization. Their energy can change your entire business. But if you were only focused on the dead, if you were only focused on getting back to somewhere you thought you were supposed to be and stay, you are going to miss so much life and impact and fun and happiness in your business. It has to be about the new. You have to be crystal clear on what you're doing and what it takes to get there. You got to know the volume. You got to know where it needs to be placed. You got to be loud about it as well. When is the last time you posted loudly about your goals? Because I know, aside from a cup, okay, because y'all, I was real dang loud about that cup. And if I knew I was going to talk about it, I'd be drinking out of it, but it's in the dishwasher. But I was real dang loud about that cup, okay? I wanted that dang freaking white cup. I got it all done in one day, and I was loud about it. And I was like, you know what? It's so funny, too, the way it all works out, because I was talking to my husband on the 26th or 27th, because I didn't even tell my girls we were gonna do something crazy, I think, until the 27th. I was talking to my husband, I'm like, dude, you're kind of sort of in range of like diamond. Like, we can almost get you back to diamond. And then so I made a group chat with the girls that were running, or that I needed to be running, to get him to diamond. And I was like, look, we need, at the time, I think when we started this was like 2,800 in volume. I think it was the 27th. And I'm like, this is what we need. I need all you guys to do it with me. Let's go. And every day I was telling this group exactly what it was I was doing. I was so crystal clear on my goal. They were crystal clear on their goals. Everyone in there knew what everyone else needed. I was updating it. Okay, Haley needs this much for executive and Ruby. Alicia needed this much for executive Ruby. Maya needed this much for executive Ruby. These people need this much for bonuses. Like, everyone in this group knew what we needed. And then I was updating the total, because we knew as a unit what we were working for. It was so clear. We were so excited. But then not only was the goal clear, the road was clear. When I worked, I told them, I was like, I just sent this message to 50 people. I just sent this message to 25 people. I just sent this message to 12 people. I just sent this message to every single API spot I got in our chart. Like, I was telling them exactly what I was doing. And you know what I told myself, whether they do it or not, whether we hit this goal or not, I'm about to show these people what it's like to work. Because I know I haven't worked in my business like this in a long time. I haven't worked with this excitement, with this fun, with this energy, with this grit, with this determination. But I knew by showing them exactly what I was doing, I could change their lives. They knew how many messages I sent. They knew exactly what I said. And it became a whole group effort as we ran forward towards the crystal clear goal. And we were loud. I was posting 2 times a day on my page, telling everybody how much I needed. We're 30 orders away. We're 12 orders away. We're 15 orders away, whatever it was. And then, guys, we got a little bit closer. And I was like, dude, we're like 1,800 from double diamond. Well, why don't we just make that the goal? So then we were pushing, I had my other chart, my other half of the chart in a group, and we were pushing over there and we were talking over there and just working. And it was just insane the amount of volume that came in. And here's the thing, guys, is you got to set your goal, but then you got to give it to God. And we can't forget the second part, because I didn't hit we didn't get my husband's diamond back. We didn't get the 2,800 in volume done. I didn't get double it ended up being, I think we ended up being like 800 from his diamond and 1,200 from double. We didn't get it done. But that wasn't my job. My job is never to promote. My job is never to get an enrollment. I have no control over that. I have no control over what someone's going to say to me or what's going to happen. But I can control my intentions. I can control what I can control. I can control the work. I can control the energy. I can control who I am, how I show up as, and I can control how much I give back to God. Because I'm just having to do it every hour because I kept wanting it back. Oh, I just want to get this done. We just need this. This would change everything. This would be so big. I just need. And then I'd have to let it go because it's not my job to control the result, you guys. If you are having a closed fist on your goal, on your promotion, on that thing that you are pushing for, you are limiting God's power in it. He doesn't want you to fight and struggle and strive to get there. When it's ordained and in the perfect timing, you don't need any of that. You just have to show up as you, because you think I'm upset that we missed our goals? Like, do you think I got, even for a second, was upset? Because we just did something insane. God moved so aggressively this week. 5,000 in volume. I can't tell you the last time my team brought in 5,000 in volume, like new volume in a month. We did it in 6 days. Lord Jesus, to be the glory. Okay, there's no other example there, no other like option other than God working within this, in our team and our business and all of that. And because I was so clear on what I wanted, on the goal, and continuously giving it back to God, so much growth came. So much excitement came, momentum happened, goals were hit, and my soul, my heart, my focus, my mindset was protected. I didn't feel a crash when we missed the goal. I wasn't mad or anything like that. Y'all, I left it all on the field. I let it be. I did what I could, and I trusted God for the rest. And I believe that all the things that are coming for me are still coming for me. That's the cool thing about God, is his timeline cannot be affected. The thing that is on your heart, the reason you joined this business, the thing that God has out there for you, that this company is going to give you, that is yours at the moment. It is yours. There's nothing you can do to speed that up or slow that down. All right? So that means you can't mess this thing up, boo. You can't screw it up. You can't say the wrong thing and, cause it to fall apart. But also, you are not powerful enough to make it happen either. You can only do what you can do. And that is to show up and to do the work. All right. Number 4 is that you you have to fall in love with the work and you have to do it well. What do I mean? You have to fall in love with the work, guys. You have to take a note, write down. You have to capitalize have, draw some lines under it, okay? This is non-negotiable. You have to find your joy and fulfillment in the work, not the result. Okay? You have to. Because if you are looking for your joy and your fulfillment in the result, you will always be disappointed and you will always be trapped. You will never find that freedom you're looking for. You will never break free. You will never get to that spot if you are focused too much on that spot. You got to be clear. You got to know where you're going, but you can't love and find value and worth from a goal, a rank, an enrollment, or anything. Yes, those are moments that we celebrate. We celebrate hard, right? But that is not you. That is not defining you. That does not have any impact on your worth, because when you are looking at the result as a measurement, you will always be disappointed. And when you are disappointed, you're not going to do the work. When you don't do the work, the measurement you're holding yourself to is going to continue to dwindle and go down. And that's going to plant seeds of fear, of doubt, of unworthiness, of feeling stuck, of feeling like this is not where you're meant to be. And all of that can be surpassed by just realigning our vision the correct way. You have to love the work. You have to celebrate the work. Sending your 50 messages, girl, celebrate. Let it be. Let it be. Have a good time. Do something fun, okay? You get 10 hosts to post up, celebrate. That is what you have to love. You should be so dang proud at how dang consistent you are. You should be so freaking proud at how you get your work done every single day. That's the measurement you should have yourself to. I was on a Zoom, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, maybe. I was guest speaking, and I guest speak on Zooms a lot. So it's not something like out of character to talk about like what I do in my business and things like that. And the girl that was I was on the Zoom with, and I was talking about consistency in my business, and I've been consistent for 6 years. Like, I mean, there's like a handful of days that I haven't done some kind of work for my business in 6 years. And she was like, wow, that is so inspiring. And she messaged me afterwards even about how inspiring it was in my consistency. And that was a huge aha moment for me because I struggle so hard with seeing my worth in my rank and in my enrollments. And I was like, dang, imagine if we could be known for our work ethic instead of our like what we produce. Because the work ethic is what's going to get you there. If you skimp on the work ethic, it doesn't matter what shiny thing you end up with, it is going to fall apart and you are going to lose it because it's got to be built in the solid ground. So you have to fall in love with the work. You have to fall in love with the process in doing your daily tasks. Be so dang proud of how consistent you are. And you got to be consistent. You got to do it day in and day out every single day. And you got to take yourself a Sabbath. Okay. That is one whole day every single month or every single week where you are not working, okay? Because if you are building consistency, literally doing all of your work every day, you will burn out without a rest. That's not what we want. We want you having fun. You got to have the energy, and you can't have high, good energy if you're burnt out and tired. Take your Sabbath every freaking week. In addition to a weekly Sabbath, I always take the first off. I started this a little bit ago and I've fallen in love with this and it's not impacted my months. You know, I'm still out here rolling. And so I take the first off and I take Sundays off. And sometimes I have to pivot a little bit. Like I didn't take Sunday off. It was the last day of the month, but I did take the first off. It was Monday. So it kind of evened out. We don't have to be concrete, but you have to have that time to refill yourself. You have to have that time to be present with your family, to be present in your life that you're working to create, to refill, to relax, to disconnect, and to have a good time. But aside from that day, you guys, you don't go to bed without doing your work. Like that has to be bare minimum. You can't skimp by on your work, but expect to have the big bucks. You can't expect to be where I am, having a team that brought in 50 enrollments in 6 days, 5,000 in volume in 6 days, do half of your work and be like, dang, I wish I was as lucky as Mariah. I swear to you, I'm a really, really, really gentle person. I don't do confrontation at all. Like, I'm just going to go the other way. I'm out. But when people tell me that they wish they were as lucky as me, the spirit of slap comes over and I'm like, whoosha, come on. Like, I am not lucky. I work hard and I work consistently. And you know what's so cool about that? Luck picks and chooses, right? It's a roll of a dice. You have no control over it. What I have and what I have built is because of my work ethic and my consistency. And guess what, you guys? You have work ethic and you have consistency. You just have to improve them. You just have to grow them. Those are the two things to get the big bucks, to get the booming team, to get the growth, to get unstuck, to change those number twos you guys put in there. It's the work ethic and the consistency. And those are something that you can 100% do. And so much of that is all the mindset stuff. Y'all know I'm a big mindset guru because I think it matters more than anything else. You can have the same scripts and do the exact same work as me, and I can have a way better turnout because I'm in a better headspace, right? You got to have your head right. That is the premise to all of it. But I am going to tell you guys what I did too. Don't worry. I'm going to give you guys the actual nitty gritties too. So my big thing was sending out 50 message chunks. So I would just send out 50 messages at a time, and I would rotate 25 follow-ups, 25 post-to-post is my typical like go-to. I was doing more follow-ups at the end of the month for volume. So I would do like 50 follow-ups and then later on like 25 post-to-post messages because we're not neglecting the new. But I call it my magic follow-up. I think it's just that I send it to so many people that makes it magical. Okay. But that's not even a note, but it should be a note. It's magic because I send it to so many people that it works. Okay. Hear me? If you send this to 5 people, don't expect to have 5 yeses. All right. I send this to hundreds of people. All right. But I put together this follow-up when we launched gummies, I think it was. And then I had a friend help me rewrite it for slimmer. I had a friend help me rewrite it for flat. Here we are, new product, rewrote it again. And I'm telling you, y'all, I get so many customers when I'm sending this. So this is my follow-up that I use. Very, very just simple. And then when they respond, I just send them pricing. A lot of times I then have someone say yes. But I'm talking to everybody, okay? 50 message chunks here. And I'm talking to everyone. If we have ever even hinted that you wanted to lose weight since I joined my business 6 years ago, you about to get a message, okay? You're about to know about this amazing new product. And I'm going to send it to absolutely everyone. The other half of that was host to post messages. So here's my host to post ask for you guys as well. So I did break through a little bit the the Facebook Messenger situation, okay? Because you know Facebook Messenger is like a little jerk over there. You never know what she's doing. Sometimes she's mad. Sometimes you can talk to everyone, and then sometimes you can only talk to people who have like 3 A's in their name, right? Like it makes no sense. You don't know what's going on. I did break through that a little bit, and I think that was a big help. So I was messaging people, and then when that would be blocked, I would message only the people I talked to in the last 2 months. When that stopped working, I would secret message. When that stopped working, I learned that you can go, I'm trying to get through this without like choking out. I learned that you could go in the Boards app, like the app itself. Okay, not the text replacement. Y'all, why am I'm trying to show you my phone. If you guys been on here, you know I cannot do this well. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay, there we go. You can see it. Okay, so if you go in the Boards app itself, you can go to your script. Okay, so you pull that up, you hit up here where it says like the send button, and you can go to Messenger, and then you can type it in and send it, and like it bypasses Facebook jail too. I just learned that a couple days ago, so I was doing that too. Like I was pulling out all the stops. I want you guys to pick up from that, not just all the things that I was doing, but the fact that I was trying so many things, right? I did not see a problem and see that as the end result. I saw a problem and saw it as an opportunity for a new solution, okay? Facebook jail sucks, but it is not just affecting you, okay? Being blocked sucks. It's not just affecting you. Having your social media shut down sucks, not just affecting you, okay? Whatever problem you're facing in your business that is keeping you stuck, know that it's not just you. You're just the one that's choosing to be stuck by it. And I mean it with love, but there's someone else in this business whose business is thriving, who is fighting that same battle, but finding other solutions, okay? Ask for help. You've got people in your circle, whether you're upline, you're downline, sidelines, group chat, find someone and ask for help. Get help to navigate the problems because there's always going to be an answer, a way to get around it, a pivot. You just have to be willing to keep digging until you find it. So I was sending those 50 messages all throughout the day, like 3 to 5 times a day. That was my big thing. Other than that, I mean, I post some Facebook, friend requests, stories, normal stuff. But for the messaging, I upped my messages during the last week of the month. And those were the 2 that I was really sending out. For host to post, I just do generic weight loss. So like drop a heart emoji for like 5 to 10, 15 to 20, or like A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. Like I do it very generic. So that way I have full reign to recommend or whatever I feel like doing from that point. And they've always gotten really good results for me. I know someone was going to ask that. So, so that's the work I was doing. Number 5, the final one, write it down, is you have to get your team involved and have fun. We already talked a lot about this, but you have to get your team involved and you have to have fun. Let's talk the first half, okay? If you guys have been around for a bit, drop a 5 in the chat. I think we're on 5. But if you're not a spring chicken, okay? If you've got some team, if you've got some life under your belt, okay? We got a lot of you guys on here, okay? So I'm gonna talk to you first. All right? You have to let go of the idea that your team needs to think you have it together, okay? Because I've thought that for 6 years now, all right? And even then, like the times I was transparent with my team, it was like a form of transparency. It wasn't real, raw, and what I was going through. Your team has to know you're a real person, because otherwise you're telling them hindsight, oh, I was dealing with this and showing up for my business. And then they're thinking back like, dang, Brian signed all these customers and she was dealing with that. Like, there's no way I could do that. Like she's amazing. She's a unicorn. You start creating these unrealistic expectations that you're way cooler than you are. Like, we're freaking human. We are falling dang apart, all right? And it's okay if your team knows that and walks through that with you. At the start of all of this, I put in my team chat an apology like voice message. And I was just telling them, like, I've not shown up for them. I've not shown up for them this month the way I wanted. I'm walking through a lot in my life. And I told them exactly what I was going through and the battles I was facing and some family things going on and how hard it was to navigate. And y'all, I wanted to throw up the whole time I was telling them this, is I'm like, we had a group of like a lot of people in there that don't know me that well, but I was just being completely honest of like apologizing for not showing up the way that they deserve, telling them really where I was and telling them I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm still doing my business. I'm still showing up. And I know it doesn't look as great as it has in the past, but we're going to get through this together. Before all of this, I mean, I keep talking about you, Haley, because you're up here on the screen right by my face. But like, Haley messaged me afterwards and she's like, you just need to know, like, it's okay. Give yourself some grace. Like, you know, it started creating a different team culture just from that one message of being really transparent that I don't have it together right now. Because the thing is, without that moment, had I had this insane week of even personal enrollments, I did 6 PM bonuses in a week, y'all. I ain't never done that. But if I would have just done that and then talked about later on what I was going through, they would have been like, oh my gosh, there's no way I could ever do that. Like, I can't do all of those things. Like, that doesn't make, but because I was transparent and honest through the journey, they got to see what it looks like to do this business in the mess. Because we tell people your business doesn't stop just because life starts up or something happens, but we don't show them. You got to show your team what it looks like to truly navigate the mess in this business, because something is going to happen in their life while they're in this business. Some part of their life is going to fall apart. Someone's going to be sick. There's going to be a flat tire. Someone's going to there's going to be a death in the family. Finances are going to go to crap. Someone's going to lose a job. Life is going to happen. And if you haven't shown them, not told them, but shown them how to walk life in this business when it's hard, they're not going to be equipped and ready to handle that. So you have to, one, be transparent. But then as leaders, we have to equip and lead our people, okay? We want to sugarcoat it. We want to tell them it's sunshine and rainbows. Go get yourself $500. You only want to post on Tuesdays? Sure. It's your business. Do what you want. But let's go get $500. Like, no, ma'am, no turkey, no ham. That is not how this works. You have to match the work to the goal. And as a leader, that is your responsibility to make sure your team is matching the work to the goal. I told all of my girls who were promoting, I had the volume to finish out all their promotions without them lifting a finger, okay? I was hustling hard and I knew I wasn't about to miss my goal. But I messaged all of them instead of just being like, here's 400 BV or here's whatever you need. I messaged them and I told them, I was like, this is your promotion. Let's go. Let's make it happen. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to match you. We're in this together. We're going to get it done. You got to step up. You want to know how many of the 3 stepped up? Every single one. Every single one signed customers. That hadn't been signing customers that month. That didn't have enrollments, that weren't rolling and happy for their business. Every single one owned their promotion. Every single one met me there. Got it together. Because 1, they knew what they needed because we made it clear. Number 2, they knew I was in a place. My life wasn't all together. They knew it didn't have to be. They knew I needed them. I created that reliance. And they knew that they had to show up. Because if not, they were going to let me down. And I mean that from love, because I'm going to love them anyway. You can miss all the promotions in the world, and that's not going to affect how I love you, care about you, going to work with you. But on their side, they needed that. They needed to feel something. Otherwise, they would just let themselves off the hook again. because that's what we do when we don't have someone reporting to. That's why this business is so hard, because you don't have a boss. You don't have someone that's critiquing your work, spell checking, fact checking, and making sure you actually got it done. You got to build some of that. And because I set the standards, I told them that they got to step it up. All three of them stepped it up. They got it done, and we got the promotions done. And Haley was so close to Ruby. Another girl, Maya, was so close to Ruby. They were the two that went, they both went executive. And because we set the goal and we gave it to God, right? I'm loud, y'all. They know exactly what I'm thinking and talking about. They know how involved God is in our team's business, whether they put him there or not, I am. And neither one of them were upset at the end of the month that they missed their goal. They were proud what they did, and they were on fire for this month. They are ready to go. That's the power it has when you make the difference. We want to wait for our upline to impact us. We want to wait for our team to get it together. It has to be you. There's no one else. It has to start with you. Because when you get it together, when you get your energy up, when you get your focus, when you fall in love with the work, when you bring your team into it, when you build the transparency, when you focus on your strengths, you create a culture that's going to do the same. You create a platform where other people are going to achieve their goals and dreams. Because you're tired of being sick. You're so tired, because I get it, because I've been there, of being at the top alone, right? Being the only one promoting on your team, wondering what the heck is wrong with your leadership because you can do it, but they can't. I don't understand where this went wrong. I'm telling you where it went wrong now. It's the 5 things we just went over for your business reflects into their business. If you don't have the energy, they're not going to have the energy. If you're focusing on what you need to improve and what you do wrong, you're not going to be playing in your strengths that they need you to play into. If you're not clear on your goal, they're not clear on their goal. If you're not giving it to God, they're not giving it to God. If you're not in love with the work, they're not in love with the work. If you're not doing it consistently, they're not doing it consistently. If your team's not involved, when they have a team, their team's not involved. And if you're not having fun, neither are they, and they will quit. It has to start with you. You don't go diamond because you have a diamond team. You don't go double because you have a double team. You don't go ruby because you have a ruby team. You go because you decided to go and you align the things, and it becomes contagious. My team was dying, y'all. We were not thriving, okay? No one was having a good time. No one was having fun. No one was excited about March. No one was like, dang, I'm gonna pat myself on the back for this one. No one felt that because I didn't feel that. I wasn't showing up for it. I wasn't in any place. I made the switch one moment. I decided to switch everything. My entire team culture is now different. And you guys, I mentioned I had a group chat with the people for the specific volume for my husband's diamond where we were building together. That's where I was sharing the messages I was sending. I sent 50 of this. I did this and this. But you guys want to know what else on the whole other side of my chart that was not in a group chat? That was only in our big team chat. Do you know their volume changed? They started getting enrollments. They started getting hyped up. And you know, that wasn't me. That wasn't me in there telling them the same things. But because when I rose and I brought people with me, it's contagious. It started trickling out into people that didn't even know anything was going on. But all of a sudden they're like, I want to be part of this. What's happening? Hold up. Something's a little different. There's something a little different. And it starts picking up everywhere. And it literally takes one moment to shift your entire business. So I'm trying to keep this at 30 minutes. We did not do that, but I felt really good about this. I'm so excited about business right now, y'all. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for me. I'm excited for the trip coming up. I'm excited for the new merch coming out with the trip points. Like, I'm excited for all the dang things. Conference coming. Like, y'all, we thought it was hype already. They're going to pour some more fire on there because I know we got new products coming, bonuses coming, all kinds of stuff because we have conference real soon. Okay, so that means that we got to get it together now. Because if you take Month End Madness and you apply it all month long, imagine what that would look like, right? And the key to having that all month long is playing back into that Sabbath. playing back into that rest and finding that, because I hate to burst your bubble, but you can't be balls to the wall 24/7, 30 days a week. Okay. You cannot do it. You can't withstand that. You don't have the energy and capacity for that, but you can do it for 6 days. Because that's what my team did. 6 days, 50 enrollments, over almost 5,000 in volume in 6 days. That's all you got to do. 6 days. You take your day off. 6 days. You take your day off. That's it. You give me 6 days again and again. I promise everything can change for you guys. So I'm like out of water. I'm trying to like get the last sips down so I can pray us out without like sounding like, you know that episode of SpongeBob where he like needs water? That's where I feel right now, y'all. I'm dying. But thank you all for hopping on. I love all of you guys. I'm so freaking excited for what is going on now. And I know you guys can catch the fire. Plugging in places like this is so important. And then taking this stuff, writing it down and implementing it into your business. And I know you guys are totally capable of it. I'm praying for you. I'm wishing the best for you. And I'm here to celebrate alongside you guys. And so real quick, we're going to pray us out. And I'm going to post this on my YouTube tonight. I promise. So dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this space where we get to come together every week to grow closer or grow more in our knowledge of business, more in our knowledge of ourselves, and closer to you, hopefully, as well. I am so freaking excited for what you are doing here. We have been praying and praying and praying week in and week out for you to bring the harvest, for you to bless the work of our hands, for you to bring the rain. And good Lord Jesus, when it rains, it pours. And I mean that in the most amazing way possible, because I know it is raining right now. I know you are bringing the harvest. You are bringing so much new life and joy and excitement and hope and potential, and all the work that we planted, all the seeds we planted when we saw nothing, when it was in the drought, when we were doubting and we were scared and we didn't know how it was going to come together, but we were trusting that if we showed up, you would show out. Well, God, I know you're showing out now. I know you're ready to move mountains, that you are just going to unleash blessings on blessings on blessings, and that this is going to be such a pivotal time in business when we look back, and we're going to remember this month. We're going to remember these days, that these were the times where God honored his word and he showed up and showed out, and the work that we put in was multiplied. And God, I pray that we continue to plant faithfully. We continue to love our people and touch as many lives as we can, because as long as we are doing what is good and right and noble and holy, that you are going to keep on blessing it. And I am just so freaking excited for what is coming here. I know just this group is just such a special group, and that their lives are about to be changed. And I'm excited to be part of it and to watch it unfold. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you guys, and I hope you have an awesome week.